Yeah, the recording was started. The technical side of registration and downloaded the application is very easy. You have all the instructions in the library, so you can learn. Also ask librarians for kind of help. So coming back to our interface, I will start with this models part as it usually brings the majority of the usage in every institution, right? On the bottom right side, I will go to this models part. And here, by default, we have this skeleton system. Usually I had some different because I trained a little bit before. So as you can see, we have different models to choose. And we are very proud of that we have this option for separate female or male model, because usually the applications based on the male model, and then there are some changes to show the female model. Here in Complete Anatomy, we have separate two female and male models. So depending on the user or the purpose of this models training, you can choose between female and male model. As you can see, even initially, the changes of the angles of the bones, right? Which proves that there are separate models. Also, apart from those general female and male models, we can jump to detailed models where we can research some different detailed models like this one. This is eye model, as you can see, very detailed, where you can learn or teach as a teacher this part of the anatomy. I will be back to this female model and we'll choose this thorax part. Let me switch off incrementary part. And by default, we usually have just a skeleton, right? I mentioned that the best tool to use Complete Anatomy are touchscreen devices because the manipulation of the model is completely intuitive. You do not need any training, just with one finger. For young people, young students, using touchscreen devices is like a natural habit. So no training is needed. If you are using a laptop with touchpad, you have to train a little bit how to use one finger, two fingers, which button and finger on the touchpad to choose to manipulate the model that we are using. But it's not very difficult. Just 5 minutes training, and also you will be able to manipulate and make the model bigger, smaller, or see from different angles. On touchscreen devices, just one finger, two fingers to increase and make it smaller, nothing to say more. Right, so we have this basic structure, and on this basic structure, I want to show you some functionalities. When we touch any structure, I just touched this one in the middle. On the left side, we activate some functions. The structure is highlighted in green. And on the left side, we have information, first the name of the structure in English and Latin, right? On the right side from the name, we have few functions like isolate, when we can isolate just the structure that we highlighted. Then we can hide this structure and it disappears. But also we can fade this structure. Let's maybe some undo. Sorry, it was too fast. Right, so let's type a rip, and we can fade this rip, right, to still see the rip, but as a shadow. So in some complicated models, we can see the shadow of particular structure on the back of real structures in the back, right? Also, there are some functionalities like hide others or fade others. So then we can leave this structure highlighted fully, and the others are only as a shadow. We have one more functionality below, which is multi-selection. And this is very interesting because we can select the area. For example, here we have select the area that we are interested, and we can explode this area into parts, right? So as you can see, we can see separate bones. No matter how bigger we make this model, the resolution is still perfect, so we can precisely see the surfaces and very, very detailed structures of any structure, right? And we can exit this functionality and be back to our model. Right. Also, on the bottom of the screen, there are different systems that we can activate and build just by clicking the plus. So right now I activated this arterial system, and by clicking plus, I can add the layers of arterial system. So as we can see, the basic layer of the heart, and then more and more arteries are coming. And the same with any other systems. Right now I move to muscular, and I'm building my muscular system. And again, if we type any structure, I have these muscles on the ribs. On the left sides, I have full information, those functionalities. And also in this info button, we have some quick facts which we can simply scroll and read. And this is all based on Gray's Anatomy. Also, we have suggested next to this info button, we have suggested cross sections, right? From this level of the body that we are investigating right now. So as you can see, we have like 6. Let's choose this 5. I believe it will be quite interesting. So we have this cross section. And again, the model is fully able to be navigated. So we can see it from different angles. We can see it bigger or smaller. And in this example, we are still seeing the beating heart, although it's sliced into interesting slice, we can still see inside how it's working from this level of the body, right? And we can move to different layers for this particular part of the body. I'm back right now. There are some other functionalities like different models suggested. There are some nerves or arteries information included, so we can also use all those functionalities depending on how deep we want to go into the model, right? Down below, we have suggested the view of the model, like anterior or lateral in this case, and posterior or medial. So you can also choose ready, prepared views of particular model that we are investigating right now. Right, so we covered more or less this left part of the screen, but there are also some functionalities on the right side under tools, right? If we choose this tools functionality, we see a lot of options here. So first one is pen. Let's choose the pen. Let's imagine that you are a student creating a kind of presentation, or maybe a teacher that you are preparing a kind of presentation for your students with complete anatomy models. So with this pen, you can add some comments, maybe some arrows, whatever, just on the screen in this 2D way. On the left bottom, you can see that 2D pen is highlighted. But also you can move to this 3D pen with which you can highlight particular structures. In example, you can provide some maybe numbers on the ribs, just like this. Sorry, this is very unprofessional right now, but I'm just showing the functionalities. And with this, when we disactivate this functionality, you can see that the pen highlighted the structure and it's moving with the structures, right? So not like in this 2D pen, just on the screen. In this case, we just put our stamp on the model and we can also manipulate with this 2D pen. Another functionality are labels. So labels, just by touching the structure, the labels comes to the screen, and with this we can create our own model just by touching particular structures that we want to be highlighted with labels, right? Of course, if we want, we can remove them. Another functionality is text box, where we can implement some text, maybe in example in your own language, like in Romanian, parallelly to English and Latin nomenclature, we can add some text. And of course, we can remove. Another functionality is the cut functionality. And for this one, I will leave only basic arterial part. So let me remove some structures. Again, just add the arterial and remove. And with this functionality of cutting, scissors here, we can cut any structure that we want, right? Just highlight it in this pinkish color. I've done. And then you can see that I've just cut the heart and I can simply see how it's working inside, right? We saw this functionality also in this cross sections, right? But also we can cut any structure, any muscle, any bone, and to see how it looks inside. All the models that we created in this way may be saved. We on the right side, let me close this tool, we have the Save Screen button, where individual user can save the model created in his own Complete Anatomy account, right? So we have to name it. Let's call it test. Then we have to choose locations, and we can create some groups, or we can use this My Screens functionality to save all the models that I created during my work. And then just maybe attach to a kind of filter, add some descriptions, and simply save it, right? And it will be saved on your own account. I will show you where in a few seconds, right? One last tool that I wanted to say is this import functionality, with which we can import the images external to Complete Anatomy. So for example, if someone has like nice, interesting picture of the heart, real heart from dissection room, it might be implemented by this import functionality. Right. One last thing that I wanted to share about those right functionalities is AR mode. Let me maybe improve a little bit our system. And this AR mode works like this. I just click that. Then we have to search kind of flat surface. I hope it will work here. Or if not, sorry for my private intimacy view. This is my room that I'm working. I just found a flat surface on here. And I just type, and as you can see, this model right now is in my room, right? And also you can manipulate this model, make it bigger, smaller. If you type any structure again, you will be the full information will be provided on the left side. This functionality may be useful for online classes in maybe pandemic time, if we again will be forced to stay at home. It still allows to work online and also on those to work on those models. So professor may create a kind of model and then explain all the structures even online. On the right top part, we see this button Start Classroom, where teacher may invite students for this classroom right now. Also, there is a functionality of exploding, so we can move it into parts, make it bigger, smaller, and then analyze all the structures which were in this model that we work on. A little bit funny, you can place a skeleton in your bed, for example, just to make interesting print screen maybe for some funny things. So up to you how you will use it. I will close this functionality right now. And I will go back to this main menu. We covered more or less this models part. I hope you will find your individual way most useful for you how to use this interactive part. Right now I will move opposite to this Atlas part, where you can find ready content for your own use. There are like 750 items found in all models. You can see in the middle here how many of them. And of course, you may filter them for different parts of the body. Right now we have all models, but of course you can focus on the one that you are interested. So let's say we are searching something for thorax, right? So this is one way. Right now we have 84 So we can simply scroll and see if something is interesting, but also you can use on the left up the search button where you can simply type the name of the structure that you are interested in. In this way, you can also search. Please remember that you have to be precise with terminology, so the name of the structure must be precise in English or Latin. All right, let's scroll down. How it works, right? Let's say that this first model is interesting for us. So you can simply type. We have to wait a few seconds, and we have this model ready. Also, on the right side, there are suggested the models who are relevant to our interest of this first model chosen, right? So we can simply scroll and choose maybe another one which is more suitable for our purposes, right? So, sorry, then we can close a little bit. Yeah, the model is able to be edited, right? On the left top side, we have this button edit, with which we can work on this model exactly the same how we worked previously. So again, by typing any structure, we have all those left side functionalities where you can remove something, shade, get some additional information, and so on and so on. And again, you can save this model a little bit edited on the right side as your own model, corrected for your own purposes. Right, so this is it. I will go again to this models part. When you save this model, you can go to your content button on the left from the left side from Atlas, or from main menu. I will go back here to this content part, right? And you can here search for your own models or all the models prepared by the here are the screens. On the left side are screens, and here you will see an example in this middle part. You see this my screen, and here, sorry, I think something is wrong. Oh yes, had all models. You can see all the models I created before, right? They're a little bit funny, not professional. Sorry for that. These are the models I saved during this kind of presentation, like today, right? And what we can do with those models, if we can see those three drops on this bluish or greenish line, depending on your screen, you can type it, and you can see that you can edit this model, you can delete this model, but also you can type this copy link, the first one, copy the screen to different groups that you created on your complete anatomy application maybe, or simply copy the link to screen. And then you can place this link on any information system that you have in your university, to any of the resources that you created for your students. And by clicking the link, students simply will go to the model that you created. All the students will show the models that they prepared for their own presentations. Right, so this is how we can use this Atlas models. On the right side from videos, from the Atlas, we can see videos. Videos are simply the videos showing different parts of the body and different type of videos. I pre-filtered a little bit, but altogether there are hundreds of videos for, let's say, for all parts. On the left side, we can filter for cardiology, for fitness, for ophthalmology, for orthopedics, and dentistry. Just to show you the idea, I will focus on orthopedics. Here in the middle, we have the category option to filter for all content, or for conditions, or for treatments, right? Let's choose on conditions, and let's focus on elbow, because on the right side, we can choose the part of the body, right? And let's view the content. And we have different videos concerning the elbow. And the first one is cubital tunnel syndrome. And right now, one important thing, all the models that I've shown you before are already in the application, right? So this is the content inbuilt in the application, and you can even be offline to see the models. But for videos, they are not in the application because it's simply too much data. And they are being downloaded on demand, right? So right now I'm touching the this video, and we have to wait a few seconds. Don't worry, it will work in a few seconds, like this, right? Which means the video is being downloaded right now, and right now we can watch it, right? So please bear in mind that you have to be online to see the videos. And in this example, we have this video. There's also lector speaking in English, of course. I just muted not to spoil my presentation. And we can see what is this tunnel syndrome and what are the results of this syndrome. In this example, a kind of pain in the small finger, right? So this was short, about 30 something seconds video. When we again move to filter, we can modify our filtering in the middle column to treatments, right? And again, if we go to elbow, we will find cubital tunnel syndrome release, which is a kind of syndrome plus procedure shown how to help the patient to release this pain, right? So again, we will have this initial video with lector, of course, again. Let's wait. Right, and right now the knife appears and we have a kind of procedure showing how to release the patient pain. Right, so you have the idea. We don't need to wait till the end. You have the idea what those videos have and how they can be used in your own training or learning process. Right, so these are videos. They also may be copied or shared with this button to different groups, or we can simply copy the link to this video. And in the same way as a model, in models part, you can implement this video to any of your materials, teaching materials as for teacher, and maybe some presentations for students when they are required to prepare something. On the right side from videos, we can see this radiology part. And this is very interesting part for learning radiology, maybe for some residents or for students of the clinical years, or maybe for anyone who is trying to learn how to understand radiology views, right? Of course, we can filter different parts of the body. We can filter for different imaging type, like MRIs, CT scans, angiograms, radiograms, or mammograms. So I focused on MRIs. Can I ask for muting? Then head and neck, then all planes and all images, right? So this pre-filtered, I will type this mid part. And we have radiology view. We can move different parts, of course. So radiology view, which may be made as a full screen or smaller screen. Right, and here on the right side, we have the model associated with this radiology picture. And also here on the bottom, we have the list of pins, which are highlighted on this radiology view. And those three types of information, they talk to each other, right? If we type the pin 3, the structure is highlighted on the model in this pinkish color, I believe, right here. And also we have information, what's the name of the structure. If we type in example 5 on the list of the pins, right? Of course, the pin is highlighted, and of course, the structure on the model. So with this functionality, we can deeply understand how this 2D format picture, radiology picture, corresponds with this 3D fully automatic, fully intuitive model. And I believe it will help for every student or resident to understand the structures, the colorations, the topography presented on the simple 2D picture. Right, so this is radiology. Right, so the last part of the content are courses. And here, maybe the last, but very significant. Not the last, but very significant. So we have 23 courses right now. And this is still under development, so more and more are coming. The number is still increasing and you can see the topics, right? So for example, here we have this cadaveric images course, right? It's also downloaded on demand. So it's not, as you can see, some percentages. So these are, this means that I worked before on these courses and I downloaded the part of them, right? So you can simply, let's choose this skull, right? And here we have the combination of the model and the real cadaveric view. Let's continue, maybe seconds. And as you can see, we have this real dissected skull picture and the model here, which is fully interactive. And we simply can move to another views of this part. And again, it's ready material for teachers to use during their classes. We can exit and choose any other courses that may be interesting. Here in example, cardiothoracic dissection on the left side. This is a video showing the full dissection of this thorax part. And other topics that you can investigate very easy, as there are 23 courses. Sometimes there are PowerPoint presentations. Sometimes there are videos recorded by different professors. So I believe very useful content for everyone who is teaching anatomy and may be used for individual purposes as well. Right. And right now, really last part that I wanted to show you about the content are questions and quizzes, right? Because in this content part, when we filter on the left side in this resources column, we can see apart from screens that you saved in your account, also quizzes and questions, right? The quizzes available to use from our editors group are under 3D for medical part here in this middle group filter. So let's choose this 3D for medical. And on the right side, I have left this all models, or you can focus on different parts of the body, right? So again, let's choose this thorax and we have questions, right? How they look. So this is the question. So sorry, it was the quiz, right? I have chosen the quiz right now, not the question, right? So the quiz combines different number of questions and we can simply start because the quiz is a simply combination of questions, right? So we have a kind of question or statement, then we can type the proper answer. I'm not the teacher, I'm not an anatomist, so I will make only mistakes, I believe. This quiz consists 6 questions, so let's do it quickly, just by chance. And complete. And at the end, of course, we'll have the summary, how successful I was, most probably 0 success, 1 out of 6, right? And here also we can check answers of this quiz, right? So this is simple. You can use all those quizzes to share with your students. Again, we very easily, with those bluish drops, you can copy the link to the quiz and share it with your students and ask them, please complete this quiz after my classes so that you will understand or remember more after my classes, right? When we go back to this filter, again, on the left side, that we can also have access to simple questions, right? So not all the questions in the quizzes, but just the questions, right? And again, we can simply investigate available questions for different parts. And also we can create our own quizzes. So when we go back to those quiz, we can create our own quiz. Let's type the quiz, new quiz. Here we can filter if we what kind of part of the body quiz is going to be relevant, right? So let's say we want to create the quiz concerning thorax, and here we can choose the difficulty of the questions. So we can choose only the questions for beginners, right? Say like this, and here just by typing the question, it's highlighted like this, and we are dragging the question to the left side, like this, like this. Let's say finish. We can provide some settlements for these questions, like allow only one attempt or set the time limit per questions, and some other objects, and we can save it in your own questions on your own account. And then, I don't do it right now, you can share this quiz with your students. Right, so this is more or less that I wanted to, everything that I wanted to show today for this initial training for complete anatomy. I won't focus today on sharing our curriculum manager. This is more advanced, where you can create groups in your complete anatomy application, which I believe is the duplication of your university systems, where you have the groups of students that you can simply use your system to share any content from complete anatomy, as I shown you before with those links. Right. Are there any questions concerning complete anatomy before we move to osmosis?
You are so clear, Michael, so there are no questions.
I believe so, right? I believe so.
Yes.
If you will have any questions, you can contact directly me through Raluca or Attila, who are responsible for your territory. You can ask your librarian if he or she will want to be able to answer the questions. They will move to us, right? My role is to help you as much as I can. And as often as I can, if you need a training for your special group of students, maybe if there are some lectures during this presentation, just ask me. We can create online training just for small group of students, like a workshop online, right? So don't hesitate. We are here to help you, right? If there was, I think there was some question.
No question, just some word of appreciation for complete anatomy. I used for a long time, and my student was very happy with complete anatomy.
Pleasure to hear, but also I have a question: which languages are accepted, which means which are available, right? So as I mentioned, complete anatomy is English and Latin, right? If you, or maybe the question was for different topics, like which languages are accepted for training. If you could precise, please. But if I understand what I understand, I can only tell you that this is in English and Latin, and of course you can implement in this text box your own comments in your any language that you want, like in Romanian. Okay, so okay, I will stop sharing my iPad right now, and I will move to my laptop, because as we agreed, the last part of this presentation will be about osmosis. So let me share my laptop. Just an initial.
May I just have a...
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael. May I have just a quick question? After this training, are you able to give me the email addresses of the people that attended?
Seems so. I will try. Okay, but let's.
If not, I would like to ask them to give the email addresses in the chat box. That is why I'm asking, because I don't want to lose the attendance from today, because I would like to send them the registered link with the training and also some more information about complete anatomy. So that is why I'm asking.
Okay, I will stop
Because
recording.
from the previous training,